And for all of the bad guys out there who misuse guns, there are a ton of more good people who use guns responsibly. Who use guns responsibly for sport, for fun, and for protection. If you don't like that, that's kind of on you. It's kind of on you, police chief or police captain. Meanwhile, a severed foot in a running shoe was found on Vancouver Island. But it's cool because we know who it belongs to. Did you see this story? I originally saw it. We found the man whose foot this belongs to. And I was thinking when I saw that title, I was like, is there a man walking around with a missing foot and he doesn't realize where the foot is? Because that's how it, right? Isn't that how you read some of the titles?
I would have assumed that there's a guy that was looking for the foot, but that's not really what happened.
Missing foot belongs to man we found. That makes it sound like the guy's just like hopping around on one foot, kind of going about his day.
I would presume he got crutches, but yes.
Yeah, or hop, but I mean, you hop a little bit on the crutch, a little bit sometimes. Sometimes we go up and down stairs, you gotta hop a little bit when you're missing a foot or a leg or something. And so in my head, I was like, woke up one day, looked down, and was like, my foot's gone. Where'd my foot go? And
someone
then they found
my foot.
But if you say we found the missing foot,
right.
It makes it.
So what really happened?
He died.
Right, he was dismembered, right?
Yeah, he was, well, years, maybe.
Okay.
Seattle Times says Kitsap County authorities reported 79-year-old Stanley Okamoto missing September 19th. Was reported missing September 19th. His partial remains were found in November along a beach near Neai Bay. It's about a mile from where his car was found. I don't know if he was dismembered. I think it's possible that if he went missing and it was in water enough times, it can naturally dismember. Dismember is the wrong word, but
disintegrate.
Yeah. And so then the foot goes and sails away. They had a DNA testing because floats away. I don't know what it is. Okay, fine. It wasn't sailing away. It was the foot. The guy died, man. Why are you laughing about it?
I'm not laughing at his death. I'm laughing at you describing his foot sailing away. That makes me.
Hey, if they can say they found the missing foot, or they found the man who's missing foot,
and that's why I say the story is actually good news, because it's not just a foot that belongs to a living guy. Like the guy was. Like,
you prefer the guy dead?
Silver lining. No, I don't prefer him dead, but it's not like there was a guy that died and then also there's a man who was missing a foot.
Well, remember there were a string of stories over the last several years of just like dozens of feet washing onto shore.
Dozens
of stories. I'm telling you, there was one stretch of like a summer where I feel like once a week there was another. This was like a decade ago or so. I mean, this was a while ago, but there was just like a foot washing up all the time. And the thinking is, eventually, was these were all people who either committed suicide or went missing and died in a body of water, and then they would float up on shore. They do the DNA testing. I suppose, yes, you are correct in the sense of, I prefer that it's not a living person
whose foot was removed unbeknownst to them and then
not unbeknownst,
thrown into the sea. You're right, it probably wouldn't be unbeknownst, but it could potentially be unbeknownst.
Have you ever lost a limb unbeknownst? You're like, what happened to my finger?
You could be. We're talking about people that are really messed up in the head, and yes, I think it's quite. I think when we're talking about that demographic of the population, it's possible that they would use an anesthetic.
I defy you. Darren, write this down. This is happening at 7:39 on the 27th. You have until next Monday. I want you to show me one story that backs up this weird premise in your head
where
that people will just unbeknownst to them lose some kind of it could be a finger, it could be a pinky, okay?
I've watched the show Dexter.
I know you've seen television shows, and I'm asking you to come back into the real world.
Is it possible
I don't want a TV Guide recap of Dexter episode 7 season 3. I want an actual story.
I'm saying Dexter always killed his victims, but there could be potentially some type of really terrible sociopath that just wants the limbs and wants them to continue.
Right, he did it posthumously.
Hannibal. There's an episode of Hannibal.
Okay, I'm asking for no recaps of television shows or movies. I want an actual story, and it can't just come from some weird blog that you started over the weekend that you're thinking I'm not going to find out that you're behind the domain name of. I want like an actual news source, and I want you to show me a story that even comes close to where you're going.
I'm saying it's like I'm saying that would almost be worse news. Not that a guy's dead, but just that if there was that type of person out there.
That dude just woke up and looked down and his leg is missing and he's like,
he feels a little woozy from the anesthetic, and then also
How is
They
why?
cheat because they're
Okay, what?
bad.
So a sociopath.
Yeah, some
Like
type
a
of-
serial-
And in 19 months, you would have earned over $250 on your deposit. Washington Federal, invested here. Member FDIC. Rate requires a minimum deposit of $1,000 with a Green, Stellar Plus, or business checking account is subject to change. Penalty may be imposed for early withdrawal.
Being a small business owner can feel like you're in a never-ending...
Oh, then why does he keep
He doesn't want to be
picturing
named. He doesn't, but the victim, he doesn't want his name in the story.
Okay, fine. Let's call him then John Doe.
Yeah.
John Doe's sleeping, presumably.
Mm-hmm.
So Hector goes in and he inserts something in
Yeah.
his neck directly to
Yeah.
put him out. Why was John Doe targeted to begin with?
This guy, he's totally random.
Pretty feet.
He probably scoped out the house. He looked alone, so there's that. Like he didn't have any other witnesses,
Okay.
presumably.
So he's, and what? And there's just
No vendetta. No
okay.
vendetta.
Well, how many tools does he have? He comes in with
He
a
has an
toolbox.
anesthetic
Okay, got that.
and
This is
a saw.
literally Dexter on a saw.
Yes.
And then he just takes the. What does he do with the foot?
He cauterizes the wound.
Okay,
And
so
then-
he's thoughtful about it. Doesn't want
Yeah,
the guy to
again,
die.
he doesn't want to kill the people. He
Okay.
just has the compulsion to
What
kill
do they
them.
do with this? So he like hangs on to him.
I guess, yeah. No,
You
well,
put it in a
apparently he
freezer
throws
or
into the sea.
Why? Why would he do that?
That's just like,
Did you get better wishes instead of coins?
better wishes.
Well, because you throw a coin in to a fountain.
Again, you don't have to have explanations for these types of things.
I look forward to the story. You're able to find that. Comes even. It
Yeah.
just lives in that
I'll do
universe.
my best.
You've got until next Monday. You've got a few days. You can get this done.
It's kind of dark.
Hey, you brought it up, man. This came from the twisted serial killer-esque mind of producer Jacob Rummel. Time to get you working the right way with the right way, John.
The wreck on southbound 405 that caused all is backing up into Bellevue and Kirkland is off the road, but you're still stop and go from 124th on South 405, now all the way down to Northeast 8th Street. And I'm seeing a lot of traffic on northbound 5 along Going Field. It's pretty heavy and still very heavy coming over the Snohomish-King County line, both South 5 and 405 Express toll lane still up at $10. But no new wrecks or stalls. Cherry springberry pancakes are here. Blueberry, raspberry, or triple berry toppings with whipped cream and powdered sugar and a stack of fresh fluffy buttermilk pancakes for just $6.99. Sherry's Simply Great Food. That's AM 770 KTTH traffic.
Hey, are you tired of glasses and contacts? Why don't you join Dr. King today at noon for a free Lunch and Learn webinar. Dr. King will tell you everything you need to know about LASIK. You'll get all your questions answered as well. Everyone who watches will get $1,000 off LASIK, and you'll be eligible for another money-saving offer just for watching till the end. Register now for King LASIK's free Lunch and Learn live webinar with Dr. King. It's today at noon. You'll save $1,000 just for watching, so register now, KingLASIK.com.
Malik on 1950dentalimplant.com. Steph.
Our staff is wonderful. I mean, all of them, from the time you walk in the door, everybody, they know your name, they recognize you. We talk, they do my whole family. I have a personal relationship with each one of them. Ask everybody to his family and how everybody's doing it. I really look forward to seeing them when I see them.
For implants and general dentistry, see Jasmine and her team at 1950dentalimplants.com.
Have you ever wondered what would happen to you or your loved ones or your business if you were incapacitated tomorrow or if you died prematurely? None of us plan on it, but not addressing these issues can be catastrophic to your finances, your family, and your business. Hi, this is attorney Rick Gregory, host of Your Partner-in-Law, right here on Cairo Radio every Sunday morning at 8. Elder or estate planning is necessary for all of us, regardless of our wealth or lack of wealth. So whether your estate is large or small, you simply must have a proper legal life plan in place to protect you, your loved ones, and your business. For your free estate or elder law planning consultation, give us a call today at 425-284-3450. At Gregory & Associates, my staff and I will take the time necessary to understand your needs and recommend the best plan for you and your family. Call us today at 425-284-3450. That's 425-284-3450, or go to yourpartnerinlaw.com. That's yourpartnerinlaw.com.
Hi, this is Todd Herman for 3010 Weight Loss for Life. I used to think I knew how to lose weight. Diet and exercise, right? Yet I wasn't losing as much as I wanted. Then I called 3010. I gained real nutritional understanding and, more importantly, a coach with guidance, a personalized plan, and a team that held me accountable. 75 pounds later, I'm so glad I called. If you're ready to lose the weight and keep it off, do what I did. Call 3010 Weight Loss for Life, 855-843-3010 at 3010weightlossforlife.com.
When Diane and I decided it was time for new windows in the med bed,
It smells like a tropical paradise. I often get compliments about how good my hair smells, and if I meet you out in public, I will probably offer you a sniff. Ovation Cell Therapy is proven to deliver thicker, stronger, longer, and healthier looking hair. Guaranteed or your money back. Their special formula treats the scalp and hair cuticle, resulting in up to 80% less breakage and increased hair length. So keep your hair nice and moist and healthy for winter. Go to ovationhair.com and check out their complete line of products. New customers get 10% off. Go to ovationhair.com.
I've told you for years, I'm a customer of Valentine Roofing, and I know that they are the best roofing company in the Pacific Northwest. A lot of people replace their roof in the summertime, but now is the time you get the very best pricing on materials and the quickest turnaround. Get hold of Valentine Roofing. Avoid the summer rush. Get on the schedule now. Pay less. Get 3 bids. Just make sure one of them is Valentine Roofing. Go to ValentineRoof.com. That's ValentineRoof.com.
Hey, are you tired of glasses and contacts? Join Dr. King today at noon for a free Lunch and Learn live webinar. Now, Dr. King will tell you everything you need to know about LASIK, and you'll get all your questions answered too. And everyone who watches will get $1,000 off LASIK. You'll be eligible for another money-saving offer just for watching till the end. Hey, register right now for King LASIK's free Lunch and Learn live webinar with Dr. King. It's today at noon. You'll save $1,000 just for watching, so register right now at KingLASIK.com. That's KingLASIK.com.
And now, our Sports Insider brought to you by your Western Washington Toyota dealers. Here he is on loan from Rock and Sock, James Osborne, and this is exactly what we didn't want to hear in a Mariners spring training game.
Here's the pitch. Swinging a line drive off of Felix's right arm. Oh my goodness, the ball to the front side of the mound. Felix is hurt. Up with the ball to third baseman Motter, and Felix is down to his knees.
Wow, Felix playing backstop basically. What's the status now?
Well, the injury looked really bad, and everyone who was there at the facility, all the reporters were tweeting out that this looks like it's a real serious deal. They took him back for x-rays. They came back negative, so no bone injury there. They're going to shut him down for 2 weeks, and hopefully he comes back after that. So not nearly as bad as it sounded or looked. He was wincing real hard in pain. It looked really painful, but it looks okay.
How was he doing before the injury?
He was doing great. He pitched a great first inning. This happened in the second. He had hit the batter previous, so that guy was on base. But, I mean, it's really early in the spring, so tough to tell how well someone's doing based on the results. But he was doing just fine. And the previous bullpen session he had was the first one they looked at him and said, he's really on track. He was up to 92 miles an hour, which is pretty good for him velocity-wise, especially this early in the spring. So he looked good.
But it doesn't sound like we were putting all eggs in the King Felix basket. What's the Mariners' plan for the pitching staff?
Yeah, that's a complicated question because their plan is for him to pitch the entire season long. And if he pitches 180 innings, which is starting roughly 80%, 90% of the games, they're going to feel like they've got a really good shot at having a good rotation and having a playoff shot. If they don't have that, it's not like their rotation is full of guys who are going to soak up innings. They've got a lot of younger guys. They've got a lot of guys who haven't finished seasons. Mike Leake is the only guy on the roster, really, who's finished a whole season as a Major League starting pitcher. Everyone else has been in and out with injuries or is too young to really accumulate any kind of track record.
So this hit his pitching arm, huh?
Yeah, it was kind of crazy when I didn't see the video when I first heard about it. I thought, how in the world do you get hit in the line by a line drive on your throwing arm? That seems crazy to me. I understand if you get hit in the head, it's hard to move, but your throwing arm, and sure enough, he had kind of turned his body a little bit to try and shield, basically his midsection from getting hit by a 110-mile-an-hour line drive, and it bounced. It looked like right off the elbow. I mean, it just couldn't have looked like a worse spot to hit your pitcher.
Sometimes Shannon Drayer just said it hit right off the number 13 tattoo that he has just below his elbow. So
occasionally you get hit by something like that and you wake up with like superpowers. So
like in Rookie of the Year.
I don't think it works with the elbow. No. Unless you become really funny.
I'm grasping it. Metaphors.
Speaking in a new accent.
Well, that could be it too.
It usually hits to the head though.
What's the worst injury you've seen to a pitcher from balls like that?
Ooh, I mean, there have been guys been hitting the temple, and you wonder whether or not they go down and they're out. And you wonder whether they're going to get back up. I personally haven't seen anybody die or really anything like that, but that's the worst. That guy gets hit in the head, and you wonder whether or not he's ever going to throw again.
Bring us up to speed on this little feud going on between Roger Goodell and Jerry Jones.
Jerry Jones, the Dallas Cowboys owner, has been considered to be one of the most powerful and influential owners in all of the NFL and has been for a long time. He's one of the few owners that actually makes personnel decisions as well instead of hiring a GM like the Seahawks have John Schneider. So in a lot of ways, he's been the face of the most popular franchise in the NFL. Recently, he's had a beef with Roger Goodell, the commissioner of the NFL, and it stems from the NFL finding and suspending his best running back, Ezekiel Elliott, for alleged domestic violence. He fought that real hard, all the way to the point where Jerry Jones was trying to sue the NFL and the other owners who are on the committee that essentially decides what Roger Goodell's salary is going to be. And so now all this is settled. Roger Goodell has an extension, and the league is looking back and saying, you are not playing by the team rules. You're not protecting all the rest of these owners. We're going to come back at you and fine you a significant amount of money. It says up to $2 million for the noise you've been making against the league.
So Goodell can fine the guy who's essentially one of his bosses?
Goodell is kind of a lackey in some ways. He speaks for the majority, and at this point, it's something kind of unprecedented where the other owners in the league are looking at it and saying, Jerry Jones is making us look bad, and he's shooting arrows at us. And so we're going to band together through Roger Goodell and find him to teach him a lesson to keep his mouth shut and stop speaking against the league and against Roger Goodell and against us.
That is rich, because it wasn't that long ago during the domestic violence cases for many of the NFL players that Roger Goodell was really lacking in his response to that, and it sounded like people wanted Goodell out. So I'm surprised to hear that now he has an extension. Did he duck that, or is there still a target on his back?
There's definitely still a target on his back, and I don't know how deep we want to get, but they wrote into his new contract, essentially, Roger Goodell. He makes over $30 million a year, but they wrote into his new contract that his salary is now tied to league revenue, which is a new thing that they've never done before. And essentially, what it boils down to is people have felt like the owners are happy with the NFL as long as it's continuing to increase in revenue share year by year. And Roger Goodell has done that. The league has never been more financially successful than under him. However, some of these things that have come up with the anthem protest controversies and domestic violence handling that make the owners question whether or not long-term this is going to take the league down and ultimately cut into revenue. So I guess in some ways he dodged those bullets because he got a new contract, but in other ways they're now much more ready to move on and make a decision based on the financial success of the league.
A Sports Insider brought to you by your Western Washington dealers. James Osborne, thank you.
Thank you.
Pray for a pitching miracle. 7:53 and traffic brought to you by Subaru of Puyallup. Here's Chris.
And we have a nasty drive on the east side. It's a 14-mile backup of off and on slowing from almost Everett all the way down into downtown Bellevue. Not only do we have a crash in downtown Bellevue that took a while to clear, we also had a stall up near 520 that took a little while to clear. The travel time is starting to come down again. It's about an hour and 15 minutes from Everett to Bellevue, and from Linwood it's still about an hour and 5 at this point. And if you can afford the $10 in the express toll lanes, you will pay $10, but you will save about a half an hour of that time down through Linwood into Bellevue. Now, the ripple effect of this is the 4-mile backup we have westbound on 520, trying to get from Redmond up over to the 405 interchange. So it's going to take you about a half an hour on that drive from Redmond to Bellevue. That's a 20-minute delay. Rest of the map, Everett to Seattle, about an hour and 10 minutes. Federal Way to Seattle, about an hour. Valley Freeway, usual slowing there, about an hour to run the length, maybe a little bit under. As for the lake bridges, we are seeing a little bit more westbound slowing on I-90, a little bit more into Montlake on 520. Eastbound 90 is not too bad getting across the water now. Still seeing some slowing up out of Issaquah, just usual stuff there. The drive from Olympia to Tacoma take you about 50 minutes. And one of my Cairo drivers been telling me we're really starting to see some northbound slowing on 99 getting through South Lake Union. They're back to doing construction there north of South Lake Union, which is blocking 2 lanes. This report brought to you by Subaru of Puyallup. Treat yourself to a Subaru of Puyallup stress-free experience. Read the positive reviews online. You'll see why people love Subaru of Puyallup, your stress-free dealership.
I figured out your math problem. If you make more than $20 an hour, it's worth it to take the express toll lane. So it's safe to say that everybody you see in those lanes right now probably makes $25, $30 an hour.
That or they really had to get somewhere.
Well, then.
And couldn't afford it,
40 at the Carter's Subaru Studios, and coming up.
From CBS News, they're reporting President Trump is set to officially announce he's running for re-election in 2020.
This is Cairo Radio.
See all of Cairo Radio's exciting contests, events, and promotions, and find official contest rules at CairoRadio.com/win. That's CairoRadio.com/win for the latest contests, events, and contest rules.
If you have a cabinet quote and want to make sure it is the best combination of quality and competitive pricing, take it to Valley Line Cabinet. They will beat any competitor by 10% on comparably made cabinet, and the craftsmanship is gorgeous. Go to ValleyLineCabinets.com.
Washington-bred three-time Olympic medalist speed skater J.R. Selsky, member of Team Toyota, is driven to perform.
I want to perform my best. I have to be balanced. My mindset going in is just relax, focus, but also enjoying the moment.
Driven to perform. It's in the DNA of every Olympic athlete and in the aggressively sophisticated 2018 Toyota Highlander. For all Toyota offers, see your Toyota dealer or visit buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Roof now, pay later. State Roofing is having their 0 down, 0 payments, 0 interest for 1 full year sale. Schedule now. Just visit stateroofing.com.
State Roofing,
Got some exciting news now from Simply Safe. This is the home security company that I've worked with since they only had about 10 employees. They've transformed into the fastest growing home security company in the nation, protecting over 2 million people. Well, they just released a brand new home security system, the all-new Simply Safe. This is Chris Sullivan. The system has added a whole bunch of new bells and whistles and new safeguards to protect against things like power outages or losing your Wi-Fi or cut landlines, things like that. And the all-new Simply Safe was redesigned to be practically invisible to the homeowner or to the renter or whoever's using the system. The sensors are so small now, you'll hardly notice them. But you know who will notice them? The bad guys, and that's what's important. And what's really neat about this is that Simply Safe spent a bunch of years putting this thing together, adding it, beefing it up, but you still get the same fair and honest price. 24/7 protection is just $15 a month, and there is no contract. Need to visit simplysafechris.com right now to order. That's simplysafechris.com to protect your home and family today. That's simplysafechris.com.
This visit may get you smiling too. I'm Charles Arakaki, a doctor at the Universal Men's Clinic and a happy patient. I was feeling old and I thought it was my demanding lifestyle. I started feeling loss of energy and stamina. Having treated thousands of patients with low energy and sex drive and seeing them improve, it hit me. My symptoms were similar to my patients. With the modern medicine at Universal Men's Clinic, I'm now enjoying a renewed quality of life. Call us at 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit universalmensclinic.com.
Get ready to start flipping houses overnight for a nice profit. The NV Real Estate Academy is now giving away their Fortunes at Flipping kit for free. This kit has helped thousands of rookie investors just like you learn how to flip houses for large profits, and it can help you too. Call now to get your free kit and learn the secrets of flipping houses with other people's money, or partnering with the NV Real Estate Academy Network to get your deals funded. Plus, you'll get their new groundbreaking tax lien investing kit that'll show you how to earn government-secured returns up to 18% annually, and how to buy highly discounted tax-delinquent properties. So if you're ready to make some extra cash, call 1-800-716-1936 now to get your free kit. Call 800-716-1936 now, and you'll also get free tickets to a live training with a free meal, a smartwatch, and flash drive loaded with vital information, plus a national government auction list of properties for sale, all free just for attending. Call 800-716-1936, 800-716-1936. That's 800-716-1936. Call now.
Discover the gaming power of one. Earn points and rewards at all 3 of your favorite casinos. Find all the details at TulalipCasino.com.
That does it for hour number 2 of the Jason Rand Show. If you want to read my latest blog, teachers should focus on teaching, not CPR training or fire drills. You should check it out at KTTH.com. The progressives are not happy with my post. They're a little bit confused. You'll get it, KTTH.com.
Seattle's right choice for conservative talk radio. AM 770 KTTH Seattle and 94.5 FM K233BU Seattle.
This is a time for asking tough questions. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. That's what House Speaker Paul Ryan just said.
How could this have happened? What can we do to make our schools safer in the future?
Nearly 2 weeks after the Florida high school shooting.
But we also want to make sure that we protect people's due process rights and legal constitutional rights while making sure that people who should not get guns don't get them. This kid was clearly one of those people.
Ryan's calling on the Senate to approve a House-passed bill to strengthen background checks. Some Democrats and survivors of the shooting want to ban some guns like the AR-15 semi-automatic rifle. The Russia probe back out at the House Intelligence Committee, questioning Hope Hicks, the White House Communications Director. Democrat Eric Swalwell wants to know about the meeting during the campaign with Russians purporting to have dirt on Hillary Clinton.
A year later, she was a central part of the response, the changing responses that came from Donald Trump Jr. Seemed to be dictated by his father.
Republican committee member Brad Wenstra fears the probe is going well beyond the initial focus.
As a non-attorney, sometimes this line of questioning is so far off base that it makes my head spin.
Now, President Trump's looking ahead to 2020. Fox News confirmed the president has just named Brad Parscale as campaign manager for his re-election bid. Now, you might remember the president famously inserted himself in the negotiations of the new Air Force planes. Well, there's an update. Fox's John Decker has it live from the White House.
The White House confirms that President Trump has reached an informal deal with Boeing on a fixed-price contract for the new Air Force One program. The new deal totals $3.9 billion, a $1.4 billion savings off the original estimate. The price includes work to develop and build 2 aircraft, including things unique to Air Force One, such as a communications suite, internal and external stairs, and large galleys. Boeing says the president negotiated a good deal on behalf of the American people. Dave?
Down on Wall Street, the Dow's down 59 points. This is Fox News. Fair and balanced.
Are you putting your retirement savings in a 401k, IRA, or investment account? Then I have one word of advice. Stop. Experts warn of a stock market crash any day now, and you could lose 50% or more of your hard-earned savings again. But you don't have to lose a penny. There's a better, safer way to save for retirement, and you can learn about it in a free report. This method continues to grow your money even when the market tumbles. To get this free report, go to bankonyourself.com. That's bankonyourself.com. Bankonyourself.com.
When you're hiring, you don't want to sort through dozens of irrelevant resumes. You want a short list of qualified candidates. That's why you need Indeed.com. Post a job in minutes. Set up screener questions. Then zero in on qualified candidates using an intuitive online dashboard. Daryl is hired with Indeed.
Nothing has been this simple, this easy, and this effective.
Discover why 3 million businesses use Indeed for hiring. Post a job today at Indeed.com/hire. Search for greatness. Search Indeed.
From the Online Trading Academy studio, this is AM 770 KTTH.
This hour of the Jason Ranch Show is brought to you by Farah.com.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the only morning show you need to get you through that commute, get you ready for the day, get you ready for the week. You're listening to the Jason Ranch Show on AM 770 KTTH. Thank you so much for tuning in each and every weekday morning, and thank you so much for telling all your friends about the show. Got a lot to get to, 1 hour left to do it. Governor Jay Inslee makes a buffoon out of himself. We're finally starting to hear from Stoneman Douglas students not towing the media's preferred line when it comes to gun control. And Dennis Miller's going to stop by at 8:30 ahead of his stop in Tacoma. We're going to get to that and so much more, but first it's time to get you to work the right way with Right Way Traffic, brought to you by the Online Trading Academy.
Getting word of what sounds like a horrible accident in Chehalis, a rollover with entrapment, so it's going to be here a while. Northbound 5 just past Brush Road, 2 lanes blocked. Closer to Seattle, Tacoma, Everett, we've got road construction closing 2 lanes of northbound 99 around Queen Anne Avenue with traffic stop and go in the Roy Street area, and an accident involving
At 1950dentalimplants.com.
Sure, I know how to work on my car, tune up, even a brake job, but I've grown out of that, and I know pros can do it faster. Even so, here I sit reading 10-year-old magazines while I wait. If only the mechanic could come to your home or office. Introducing YourMechanic.com, the modern local car repair service that comes to you. No more cold, grimy, greasy waiting rooms. YourMechanic.com offers more than 500 services with 12-month, 12,000-mile warranties. Does your local shop do that? And all YourMechanic.com technicians are fully background checked and will provide you with a quote up front. Car won't start, check engine light bugging you, need a brake job? Schedule your appointment and save your valuable time for more important things in your life. Your mechanic comes to you and gets the job done. And for a limited time, get $20 off your first service call booked. Call now, 800-693-2776. 800-693-2776. No more greasy waiting room. 800-693-2776.
Hello, beautiful. I'm Amy Eric, founder of Madison Reed, a hair color company I named after my daughter. One of the things I value most in life is time. Time to spend with my daughter, time to spend with family, and the time I put into my company that's reinventing the way women color their hair. The busiest, most successful women I know use Madison Reed, the amazing hair color hack. In under an hour and for less than $25, Madison Reed delivers gorgeous, shiny, multi-dimensional, healthy-looking hair with an ammonia-free formula. You'll look like you just came from a salon, but the reality is you have more me time to do what you love. Things get busy. Let us take care of you and your hair. Find your perfect shade at madison-reed.com and get 10% off plus free shipping on your first color kit. Use code Seattle Radio. That's code Seattle Radio. Try it. Love it. That's the beauty of Madison Reed.
Hey everybody, it's Jason Rance here from MyPillow. Every single day I come to the office, I'm surrounded by staff members who are begging me for MyPillows, and I tell them each and every time, why don't you go to MyPillow.com, use promo code KTTH, and you'll get 50% off a 4-pack special. And they say to me, I deserve it for free because I have to put up with it. And so I've decided I'm going to get them MyPillows. Why? Because this is a pillow that can change your life. I would prefer that the staff members around me get a really good night's sleep, because then they'll be able to deal with me each and every morning. They won't be so cranky. Right now, if you go to MyPillow.com and use promo code KTTH, they are going to give you 50% off a 4-pack special. That's 2 premium MyPillows and 2 Go Anywhere pillows. I love the Go Anywhere pillow. So not only can you take it when you're traveling, let's say you're going on a plane ride and need a little extra support, but when you're driving or you're at the office and your back starts to hurt, you can use this pillow to give you some additional support. And like the premium pillows, the Go Anywhere pillows are also 100% machine washable.
Well, I think it's the language is drawn from the Treasury except by appropriation.
That's right. I mean, I'm not very familiar with the constitutional and legal ins and outs here, but you can see the precedent we're setting. People can't pay for private services from the U.S. government, right? If you want the U.S. government to do something, you can't just write them a check and have them do it, especially something like this. If Allison wants to donate the money to the Treasury and then have Congress vote to appropriate it, I think that's maybe going to be more legally sound. But the precedent here that people who have enough money can just pay for the government to do what they want, it's something we should take sort of with caution.
But he couldn't just don't people donate stuff to the government all the time in terms of, a forest land or parkland or, a natural area? If he wanted to, say, buy that building and then say, I'm going to donate this to the U.S. government out of the goodness of my heart, he couldn't do that.
I think that is, and again, this may be where I'm not the world's expert on this, but I think that's a different issue, because you can give people sort of an existing property, you can give the government an existing property or an existing building, but to say, I want you to build a building that does not exist and I'll pay for it, I think that's a different matter legally.
And just your personal opinion on this. Is the president, and let's remember, this is a man who would go unarmed into a live fire situation. Is the president going to go up against the NRA?
No, we've seen that already. I mean, the president's had a number of positions about gun control or lack of gun control in the last few days. But where he's come out, the only things he's been sort of concrete about is this proposal to arm teachers, which comes from the NRA. We heard yesterday from his spokesman that Trump doesn't actually have any sort of particular policy position. He doesn't have something he wants Congress to do, other than perhaps banning bump stocks, which the NRA also supported. I haven't seen any evidence that Trump would take a sustained position in opposition to the NRA.
So he's going to come to regret those words the other day that, the NRA is nothing to be scared about. If we have to go up against them, we'll do it.
I don't think he's going to do that. I mean, one interesting thing is that Trump's rhetoric, although it may not have actually changed Trump's own mind, it seems to be having an effect on the public. The public is much more supportive of action to curb sales of AR-15s or to expand background checks than they were before Parkland, and I think that's partly because Trump has been such an advocate for it, although he then changes his mind and says something else. So the public may have had their minds changed, but I don't think Trump's mind has changed very much, and I don't think he's going to pursue any sort of battle with the NRA.
David Fahrenthold from the Washington Post joining us live. David, thank you very much.
Thank you.
It is 8:24. Traffic brought to you by Wrench Mobile Mechanics, and here's Chris.
And we are still dealing with elevated travel times on a lot of our routes at this point. By far, the worst of it is on the 405.
After Gorsuch was confirmed, the court agreed to revisit the issue, and it's widely believed that he holds the deciding vote, but he didn't say a word during yesterday's argument.
Well, and not only did he not say a word yesterday, we don't really have all that much written from him on this topic before, do we?
No, he actually did not confront the subject at all when he was a judge on the 10th Circuit. Now, he's proved a reliable conservative thus far, so we may be able to infer some clues as to his views on that basis. But as to his specific views as to the lawfulness of the fair share regime, he's kind of a mystery.
Well, yeah, and I think that point is important because there's this assumption that he's going to vote the way that we assume that Antonin Scalia would have voted had he not died prior to being able to hear the case and actually render some judgment. And so I want to turn just briefly to Anthony Kennedy, who is almost always perceived as the swing vote. You seem to think, based on his history and his voting record, that he would side against the unions?
Yes, so, Justice Kennedy actually takes a very robust view of the First Amendment. He is probably the closest thing to a First Amendment absolutist that's currently on the court. Really the only area in which he's shown any reticence about extending First Amendment rights is where LGBT rights are implicated. So historically, he's taken a very capacious view of what the First Amendment protects. And also during yesterday's arguments, he asked some very tough questions of the union. For example, the union was arguing yesterday that the court should respect the fact that state and local governments have decided that unions will be their exclusive bargaining agents, and that the court should respect that good faith policy determination. And Justice Kennedy said, wait a minute, many local governments do that because union locals are useful political allies because they'll help them achieve democratic political goals. Isn't that exactly what's going on here? Pretty tough questioning to Justice Kennedy yesterday.
So if the plaintiff in the case wins, Mark Janus, if he wins, what does that actually mean?
Well, it'll depend on what the nature of the opinion looks like. It's possible that the court, could restrict the number of ways that these, forced subsidies or forced dues can be spent by the unions. Right now, the unions are precluded from using that money for partisan political activities. Maybe the court will restrict what the unions can do with that money even more. And there were some justices who gestured in that direction yesterday in hopes of reaching a compromise. And it's also possible that they'll strike down the fair share regime altogether and say unions cannot coerce workers into giving them money, and that would be a huge source of revenue for the unions, and it would be something approximating a death blow for them if they were deprived of this revenue.
Yeah, and let's be clear, this would be happening at a time where there's dwindling membership for unions all across the country for a whole variety of reasons. I've been talking with Kevin Daly, he's the Supreme Court reporter over at the Daily Caller. Check out his stuff at thedailycaller.com. Kevin, thank you so much for joining me this morning. I appreciate it.
Always a pleasure to be with you.
Absolutely. You're listening to The Jason Rand Show. We're back at the bottom of the hour.
Quite a combination that Jeff's Auto Repair has going in the 37 years in business. I learned so much at my dinner with the executives and the managers of the Jeff's Auto places. One of them is the joy they have working as a team. If one guy at one of the 5 locations can't fix something, they'll call someone who can. They'll go all the way up to the CFO, who himself loves to still go out and then get involved. They're just that way. I mean, they do guarantee their mechanical work at Jeff's Auto Repair. But also, they're just the place you drop the car off to get the oil change because they get to know you. Then they know your car in detail. Believe it or not, there are 3 or 4 generations of family members who go to their Jeff's Auto. They teach the grandkids of grandkids how to take care of their cars. It's just, that's their nature. Make these guys the doctor for your car, from the simple things to the hard things. Go make your next oil change appointment at jeffsauto.com. You can ask for a loan or car, and just go get to know the guys. Go make an appointment at jeffsauto.com. Is your weight holding you back? Ready to make a change? Hi, this is Todd Herman for 3010 Weight Loss for Life. Tens of thousands of pounds have been lost through 3010. It's not just the facts, nutritional guidance they provide, it's the devoted team at 3010. Their program and a process that can help you reach your ideal weight. If you're ready to lose that weight and keep it off, do what I did. Call 3010 Weight Loss for Life. 855-843-3010 at 3010weightlossforlife.com.
This is State Roofing's 50-year anniversary, and to celebrate, they're giving you the gift. Now State Roofing's offering 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 1 full year. Roof now, pay later. For roofs that last a lifetime and are industry leaders in eco-friendly 100% recyclable rubber roofs and solar-ready metal roofs, call State Roofing. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at stateroofing.com.
State Roofing.
Have you noticed a lot more men smiling around town? Universal Men's Clinic has treated thousands of patients. That's thousands of happy men who have a greater zest for life. If you don't have the energy, stamina, or strength like you used to, or having problems in the bedroom, you could be our next happy patient. Call us at 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit universalmensclinic.com. A $199 office visit may get you smiling too. I'm Charles Arakaki, a doctor at the Universal Men's Clinic and a happy patient.